So that's the back of the pond, obviously. Just enough space. There you go. So inside you've got that. Then you've got the insulation in the middle. And then the feathering board all the way along. Still got to now remove all those bricks. And that's the back done. And the work continues. Bit of sunshine, so here we go. I'm out, so I've got to carry on with the slab work here. So I've got to remove all that, make it all flat, put the rest of the slabs, and then install the multi-bay right here. But also I want to install a moving bed, but I'm a bit limited in space, so I'm trying to figure out at the moment. So I'll see you again when I'm finished with that. Hate it. There are jobs that I hate. I did say I would not dig again. I hate digging and slab work. I really hate it. I've got another ton of earth to move. Does my head in. Hate it. Have I told you that I hate it? This is madness. There's probably another ton to get rid of. Every time I think, yeah, I'm done, get rid of it, bam, I need to own another skip. Right. Almost flat. So now I'm gonna put the sand and do my rubbish work at slabs with slabs. Well, there you go, it's all done. And you know what? I still hate it. Not hate the way it looks, because I don't care. That's the floor of the filter house. So as I explained in my previous videos, if it leaks, it goes on the slabs and then it goes down in the ground. So all good. I'm just going to finish that off over there with a bit of cement. That's how rubbish I am with slabs. I didn't cut that, by the way. I just picked up some stuff that I had. So there you go. That's all finished. I'm going to clean it all and then try to fit the multi-bay and what I'm going to use to do the moving bed. Now that the slabs are in position, I can finally try to put the multi-bay. So because of the limited space, I've had to change a few things or plans. What I had in mind is definitely not going to work. I originally wanted to put that multi-bay here and then the very large moving bed right here, but or here, but it's just not going to work for what I need. So what I've done, the plan was always to, remember, I've got the from the pond, it's coming, oops, sorry, it's coming here for the pump with a one-way valve. That's a gate valve to isolate the pump, and then I've got the pump which goes then to the easy pod. So the plan was always to have that 15,000 pump with the pipe here going to the easy pod, and then here, where's my finger, up here, having the same pipe that would go to then the multi-bay or whichever filter I was going to put in place. So I've kept that plan. The only difference is the return of that. So I'm going to explain. What's happening with the pond is, sorry about the reflection as usual. I should have built dark roof, so, but never mind. I wanted them to have light. Never mind. So the pond is clear. The water is clear. If I show you that, hold on. Okay, sorry, Koi. If I show you that, the water is not yellow, it's not green, it's absolutely clear. But what is happening is this UV here is 18 watt. Definitely not big enough for the size of the pond. Again, the pond is not gigantic, but it's 3 meters by a meter. So internal dimensions 3 meters by a meter 77 by a meter 20 deep. But that 18 watt here is definitely not big enough. What is lacking off is a second UV, which will be good because in winter I can have the bigger UV, which is 25 watt running all the time, and in summer I can have the additional UV that is there. So that idea came from Darby Coy. If you haven't signed up to his channel, which I very much doubt, because he kindly actually sent me a lot of his subscribers, but he has sort of the same system where he's got 2 UV in place, the UV from the pod and then an additional UV. So this is exactly what I'm going to be doing. I will be running an Evo 25, which I am going to plug in from that. Being a pump fed system, it has to come out of that pump, and go to the UV, go to the Multibay from this side, and then the water will travel here. But the difference is, because the Multibay is quite low, the only thing I can do is feed the aerated bed from the Multibay to the aerated bed, then go back to the pond. That 2-inch pipe will never be enough, because now I'm going to have the Easy Pod water plus the Multibay water, and 2-inch there will never be enough. So I'm going to do another outlet, and then it will go under the table, and then it will come here and then here. That's the reason why I haven't finished the copings here. So there you go, this is where we are. I now have to refurbish all the waste valves, clean it all inside. I will have to cut off the whole system to plug in that to that, and then to plug in that to the inlet. So I'll catch you when I am doing that. So I've already positioned that, just dry fit, and the pipe here. Now I'm just going to measure that bit from that bit, cut it, put it into place, and then yeah, once I'm happy with it, just mark it and glue it. Right, all done, all glued. Got to let it cure, and then I'll do the rest tomorrow. I just went shopping. Oh dear, more money spent. Well, never mind. So what have I done? So you've seen that, this is all done. What I've put here a 3-inch to 2-inch rubber boot, 3-inch to 2-inch rubber boot, 2-inch pipe, 2-inch 90 degree, and then the pipe is going to come here, 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 and attach to there. So let's do that. Right, so that's the Evo 25 fixed on the there you go, directly on the Multibay, and this is what it looks like from the top. So oh sorry, so they give you some brackets here. which are fixed on the multi-bay directly. One here and one here, don't know if you can see. And then just for security I've added two cable ties. Done. Well, I'm done for tonight, so tomorrow I'm gonna cut this the pipe that goes up to the easy pod, put that rubber tee there, this is all ready, put it into here, the valve, then you've got a 90-degree angle, but you know, not a sharp one. Then it goes into there, it goes into a rubber boot inside the Evo 25, comes out of the Evo 25, then it goes all the way and down in the multi-bay. So now the tricky work is starting. What I'm gonna have to do is, the outlet of the multi-bay is that side. Here I'm gonna have 45-degree angle and pipe 45-degree angle, and put a tank connector here, so the multi-bay is going to discharge in the aerated bed. Here I'm going to put another tank connector, and that's going to run from here, 90-degree angle, go here under the table, so under the easy pod, come out here, run along the pond and discharge here in the pond. And the reason for that is because here I always have a dead angle, so normally Martin from Martin C Koi Pond did say put a stone, which I did. So if, originally I put this temporarily this disc. Okay, so whatever is in there gets pushed towards the pond here. You can see some cress here, watercress. The big chag has decided she has a taste for the watercress, so she goes over there, munches on the watercress and rips it apart. So pretty cool, but you know, it's good for them. Anyway, go back to that. So this is where the outlet of the discharge of the aerated bed multi-bay is going to be coming out. So this part is always going to be moving. Right, so this is the outlet from inside the aerated bed, and then it comes out here with a 90-degree angle, goes here under the table, as I said, sorry, comes out here, comes out here, and the outlet will go straight into the pond. Right, well there you go. The multi-bay is now connected to the aerated bed. Dry fitted it first and then I glued it all, and if there is any leaks, which I doubt to be fair because it's quite tight anyway, I will put some CT1. But there you go, that's it for today. So multi-bay is now connected to the aerated bed. There is the outlet going back to the pond, and I'm getting there. mess at the moment, all that, but we'll tidy that up. Well, this is the scariest bit now, because I'm gonna have to cut this pipe here, which is the main pipe really. You know where the pump is, it goes up to the easy pod, and this, I need to put this T for that to go into the multi-bay. So no room for mistakes here. Oh god, it's a bit scary, but anyway, I've got to do it. I'm going to do it live. Oh, can you hear the water? So the water is definitely going in the easy pod. No leaks. No leaks so far. And as you can see, it's definitely going in. And now the water should start coming through here. Yep, it's coming in. And then this is going to be another test. This hasn't changed, but this has been added. So I haven't connected the multi-bay yet, because I need to check that for tonight. It's almost 9 o'clock, and I'm doing it there with you. But after that, I will run the I will open the valve for the multi-bay tomorrow, not tonight. Right, so this is not good. What I was fearing was that it would come back onto the multi-bay. So that's fine, because I've got a valve coming tomorrow, so I can shut that down. Major disaster. So I can't film just what goes right? And I am lucky so far. Out of everything I have done and built, nothing has gone wrong. The pod was going fine into the aerated bed, but yesterday I decided to install the multi-bay, as you've seen, and from that water which I was worried about, which came back up from the black bin, so the aerated bed back into the multi-bay, is just down to gravity. So I completely messed it up. So I finished last night at 10 o'clock, and I was on the phone to Jeff from Just for Koi. I can't thank you enough for calming me down. Bless him, he was like, no stress, love, no stress. You know how calm it is. So you had calm on the other side of the phone and volcano on the other side of the phone. So anyway, thank you, Jeff. But so anyway, I finished last night at 10 o'clock. In the end, I had to shut down the entire filtration system because I completely messed it up, basically. So back to square one. I've dismantled the multi-bay, completely undone all the pipe, and I'm gonna have to rethink completely and start from scratch again. The fish are only have one filtration system right now, which is the Tempest to the shower. So there are two big fish, close to 50 centimeters, and all the little ones. So I've got to hurry up. So I was up this morning at 5 o'clock and starting the work without making any noises, obviously, because of the dogs, because of the want the dogs to disrupt the neighbors. So bloody mess. Well, this is a pretty good result. After a lot of scratching my head and seriously thinking, I managed to raise the Multibay, still keeping the same system. I had to raise the EasyPod with a brick under the table, so 4 bricks obviously. Raise the EasyPod. I still can access everything from the top, and I can put the tube still in, not a problem. This is now working. Just doing a test run. So there's no media at the moment. Just a test run. Absolutely working. I think. I mean, this is really at the top level, and I think I would need probably to do another outlet here, outlet right there, just for safety, just in case. I don't know yet. I'm gonna check once everything is up and running, but my god, that was hard work, a lot of stress. Got there. The EasyPod is not on at the moment, so I've changed the entire bin at the back. I used to have the black bin here, so same system. I'm gonna have to run to the shop and buy the bits that I need now. The same system, because that was working perfectly. So outlet of the EasyPod is gonna go down to the bin, then rises, and then back in the pond. So that is working with no problem. But my main problem was the Multibay, and everything seems to be working. So I am really pleased. Hasn't been easy. A lot of stress more than anything else, but and a lot of flooding. Lost about a foot of water in the pond last night, and they haven't had any filtration system other than the shower and the Tempest. So the Tempest has been working overtime, and I'm so glad I had the cage at the bottom. So the skimmer is feeding the Tempest, but also down at the bottom I've got a cage with an inlet, just in case something happens to the skimmer. Then I still had the cage at the bottom. So I'm glad at least I had done the cage at the bottom and not just on the skimmer to the Tempest. So I'm gonna let that run probably for a few hours and see if there is any leaks, if it floods or anything, and then I will run to the shop and get my bits and redo the bin there. Thanks for watching. That's a result. Finally some filtration system. So there you go. There's 2 return at the surface, and the Multibay is finally working with the I haven't tested the I can't even find my words anymore. I'm so tired. I've been at it since 5 o'clock this morning, and it's now 2:30 in the afternoon, and all that just for the Multibay. I've had to change everything basically. What I've done is I had the normal outlet. Oops, I'm sorry. So normal outlet, and what I've done is I added another outlet at the same level. So again, it's the pump, and then I'm gonna prepare the EasyPod now. But basically here it goes to the very slow rate, obviously, because it's a Multibay. Goes here through the UV, here down in the inlet. First stage there's the vortex, and on the top I've got like a curled a brush, because I haven't had any filtration system for almost 24 hours now, except the Tempest obviously. So brushes at the top, here the normal brushes, here the mountain tree the 3D spiral mat, normal jab mat, and I've changed completely my setup, and I've put here, which is much better, the lotus root here, so that will be clean water coming through and going through this, which was much better than the aerated bed, because what was coming out of the Easy Pod when I've cleaned it, when I've cleaned the aerated bed where all the lotus root was, it was absolutely caked at the bottom, despite the grade, despite everything. So here, much better setup. Very similar to a lot of people in China do, and in Thailand as well. And that system, as they still work in Multibay with the lotus fruit at the end. Really chuffed with that. I'm just gonna now let it run like this, and I'm gonna prepare the Easy Pod. Just added the air just in the lotus root. There's one on each bay there, so that will help the bacteria to, to colonize and to obviously to aerate the water. I am really chuffed. The UV is now plugged in, full of colors. It's been hard work, and it just makes me happy that this Multibay is still working. I know it's old school, but they work brilliantly because they are slow flow. That will definitely help to remove all the little fine particles, especially if with the mountain tree 3D mat and the jab mat. That's definitely going to help, and I'm just very pleased that some people are still using it. You've seen Andy from Koi Pond Lifestyle. He's using a very large one as his main filter system, and it's good because they are old school, but they are really good, and it's a bit of a Peter Waddington still legacy still there, really. I know Peter was very controversial at times, and especially towards his last few years, he was quite argumentative. He was always argumentative, but I was very lucky that I spoke to him quite a few years ago. Never met him, but I spoke to him on the phone, and he was ever so helpful. And this is what he has invented, amongst millions of other things. And he's at the base, obviously, of the Nexus. It was his idea somehow, and then it was just made into a cylinder. But there you go. So Peter, if you are watching that, wherever you are still being used. I'm really chuffed with that. So that's the gutter mesh put on the top, and I put double layer, and I fixed it with cable ties, so now there's no media that can get through at the bottom, and even if one or two goes through, it doesn't really matter. But there you go. So that's all done, and I'm really glad that I thought about putting the inlet under the the inlet is now over here. So it's definitely under the mesh. It acts as a support as well. Here there's a support. Here you've got the two bars, and yeah, so I had to push it down a little bit, not force it, but yeah, a bit force it, so the grid is in place and it's not moving at all, so it won't be able to rise. Right, so it's all done. The Easy Pod here, outlet, goes with the elbow, goes down. So I don't like when it's completely down like that. It's like an abrupt fall, but that's the only thing I could do here. A hard elbow, inlet of the moving bed, and then the cage, you've seen it all inside, it will come up. That's the outlet directly to the pond, and that has not changed here. goes directly in with a mid return, and down at the bottom you can see it, bottom return. So let's see if it works this time. This is it, live in front of you. Well, it's working. Definitely going from the easy pod to here, and then hopefully this should be not a problem, the outlet, because it worked before, but there was probably a bit less water in the other bin, so I don't know if the pressure, the volume of the water will have an impact on how much it pushes through. I don't know. If anything goes wrong, I will add another outlet, just like I did on the Multibay. So we slide now a third of the way up. Halfway. This is definitely working beautifully. Definitely gonna have to clean this. You can see how much muck is collected already in 24 hours. And there, you can see on there. I like those brushes in the vortex because it doesn't stop the vortex. So the brushes are only at the surface, and it means that the vortex in there is still working. It just stops the big debris to come out on this side, and then this will capture a lot of debris. Then the water goes down and then goes up in there, and then goes up in there, goes down underneath and comes back up, which is brilliant for this type of media because the water goes through. Right, we have now reached the outlet. So this is going to the pond. Is that going to be enough? So far so good. So it goes out there, goes to the pond here and here, just like before. The bubbles here come out of the middle, that proves that it's working. In there's a middle return, which is where the bubbles are coming out from, and then there's a bottom return, which is like a 90-degree angle. So really good. This is working. Let's check again. Well, it hasn't gone above. This is really good. It hasn't gone above. This is what I'm gonna have to check before I go any further, but at least the pod is working again. And we'll see. Thanks for watching. So what I've got to do now is add air lines to the bin. At the moment I'm just going to put those big air stones there and just dump them in and let it run like this for 24 hours with no media, nothing. That is not a leak. That is, I wanted to cut the pipe that goes up because it was a little bit too long. So what I did is it was impossible for me to fit through there. So what I've done is I emptied it. So that will be a big water change today, which to be fair is due anyway because there was water sitting in the easy pod for more than 24 hours now. So I lifted the bin, and the whole of the water that was at the bottom, probably 10 centimeters of it just came onto me and everywhere on the floor. But now there's no leak. So recap: from the pond, pump goes in, split Multibay easy pod. Easy pod goes there and down there. That what will become a proper moving bed. Return to the pond. At the split here, at reduced flow, goes up through the UV, additional UV, there, go in there, inside the vortex. The brush captures the biggest bits, but doesn't stop the vortex from working. Goes up on the brushes, goes down and back up onto the 3D mountain tree, goes down on the and over on the jump mat, and through this with aeration goes down and up through the lotus root to return the original return. The second return, which I've done, goes back here, here and here, which I will tidy up in time. At the moment the entire filtration system is working and I am super chuffed, and now I think it's time for me to rest a little bit, just enjoy the fish while the pond is filling up, because I am exhausted. 2 days of heavy work, a lot of stress, but there you go, got there. But in the end it was good. It's good. It's good. I'm super chuffed. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.